red flags that indicate energy theft?
From my experience, some of the red flags that indicate energy theft include poor connections. When you see meters not being properly installed, sometimes you look at the cables, you see peeled cables, kind of exposed connections, you see multiple joints on wires. And recently we see customers illegally relocating their meters for the pure purpose of bypassing them. And sometimes you see connections that clearly indicate that they are actually not safe. You see unsafe connections, and also sometimes you can also see illegal line extensions. You see somebody has his own connection and trying to illegally extend the line somewhere else, just like something we have observed recently. And also you can also talk of meter tampering as well. When you inspect the meters, you see that some of the seals are broken. These are also indicators. But for our viewers, for our customers also, they can be able to identify trends like routine movements at wee hours of the night. Probably people going at night to probably disconnect or bypass the electricity. Sometimes you see multiple changeovers, you understand, and then sometimes you see diversions in terms of during building construction, for instance. People want to bypass their connections even before meters are installed. Wow. So these are situations that sometimes customers can also kind of, through discussions with neighbors, they can get wind of maybe people kind of bypassing their meters, because in recent times we've been getting whistleblowing reports from our customers indicating that yes, that this trend of energy theft, sometimes it can be a pattern. In an estate, for instance, you can see a situation where they hire a particular person that does the bypass connections for them. So you can, when you now check the meters, you see a similar pattern
so
of bypass.
Organized.
Yes, kind of a community agreeing to kind of bypass.
Theft.
So in this case, you also see honest customers among them who will often kind of report these activities.
What about our own homes and businesses? How can we tell if someone is stealing from us?
Yes, for you to know if someone is stealing from you, first is your connections and also the location of your meter.
Okay.
For instance, when your meter is installed, for instance, in a compound where you have about 10 meters installed at a point, it becomes imperative for you to properly identify which meter is connected to you, and also be vigilant about the connections, because sometimes illegal or unauthorized connections sometimes are done in such a way that it affects multiple connections. For instance, if your meter has been installed in such a way that you know how the meter has been installed, and then you go to work and probably you come back and you see that there has been kind of peeling on your cables, or maybe there is sellotape somewhere, or maybe your seal is broken, definitely it's something you should flag. So this actually tells you that yes, someone is stealing from you. Or when you look at your appliances, and then when you compare with your average consumption or vending for a period of time, and you see that it's actually going up, whereas your appliances still remain the same. So it's a red flag for you to probably kind of inquire or kind of report to the AEDC to probably, yes, to check and see if there is anything wrong with your metering system. So that way you can know, okay, yes, your meter is okay, or probably there is a wrong connection somewhere in the premises.
But how would you know if there's a wrong connection?
No, that will be from the reports. Probably when you must have reported concerning your ranging consumption. Because we have received such reports. Sometimes there are instances where neutral lines are. Let's say, for instance, a customer that is using a 3-phase meter, all of a sudden finds out that probably one part of the building is no longer having supply. Only for us to check, and we found out that a particular line has been cut off by another customer and was kind of diverted direct to the person's home. So this is a clear indication that yes, that something wrong was happening. So there are effects. Sometimes you know that someone is stealing also at night, for instance. You see somebody regularly moving at night, to the meter point. So those are suspicious activities. So because if you don't report such activity, at some point the poor connections as a result of these bypasses can actually affect you. You understand? So that's actually how you can know when someone is stealing.
What do we do if you suspect energy theft? How do we? What's the process? What's the next step?
If you suspect energy theft, be it in your home or in your place of work or probably in a public place, yes, the best action is not to confront the person engaging in such directly. The best is for you to report to our nearest AEC office, or equally we have a whistleblowing number and also email, which are also displayed on the screen, which you can easily reach. And we believe that once we get such reports, we take action immediately.
And how are we sure this is going to remain confidential? You know, protect the person's interest also.
That is why we want it to be anonymous. You can send an anonymous message. And
then, that way your confidentiality is guaranteed.
Yes, it's guaranteed. You don't definitely need to indicate who you are or state your name or something of that nature. So that way we start from there, and then we ensure that we fish out energy theft offenders and also ensure that we protect your identity.
Thank you very much, Engineer Samson, for this crucial information. I'm sure our customers have learned a lot. Together, we can combat energy theft and ensure we have a safe and reliable supply for everyone. Thank you.